Good morning and welcome to that GymGirl podcast. I am your host and creator, Waneka Tessie. I wanted to kind of create this podcast as a way to have, direct conversations with people who are entering the natural bodybuilding world or they've been in it for years, and it's just a good podcast to listen to when you're trying to get your pumps in, get your pumps in. All right. So yes, I am a natural bodybuilder. I have competed since about 2016. I have taken a break since maybe 2 years ago when I got injured, not because of sports related injury, just life injuries, and just kind of like slowly working my body back into competing. And I've also switched category from figure, which focuses on the V shape. And so you build the back really strong. And now I am into wellness category, which is more stronger legs and not so much big defined muscular back, which I could break down in a different podcast episode specific to what are the categories like. Again, if you're just discovering my podcast, thank you. If you've been listening to it, also thank you. And all the things that I have in terms of conversations in this podcast are from my experiences, my opinion, or actual facts of natural bodybuilding or fitness in general. Now, this is not here to diagnose or treat any complications that you might encounter, such as things that I talk about: disordered eating, eating disorders. I do always highlight the fact that this is something that you need to seek help in someone that is certified, trained, and went to school for those things. But I do share those because it is a part of a conversation that has to be had in the natural, not just the natural bodybuilding world, just in general. But um, yeah, so let's get into it. First of all, if you hear lips in my conversation, it's because I'm wearing a retainer. My teeth are always a priority for me, so I want to make sure I keep them healthy, and part of that is making sure I keep them straight. And I found these retainers that, it's gonna help do that. So I'm super excited. But anyway, let's get into it. I wanted this podcast episode to be centered around how to create your workout splits. Now, there's no surefire way and of how to do it. I hinted at this at a previous podcast episode, probably a season or two ago. Now, for me, I can tell you, creating my workout split, I take a few things into consideration: where my body is, where my mind is, and what I'm building towards. What I mean by that is, first of all, where my body is. Up till February of this year, my body was not like it is now. It was not trained. It was not ready for anything. And it was hurting. Like I say, being an educator has really shown me the need to make sure that I am putting my fitness first. Because it's a career that you put in so much and get so little out of it. And a lot of educators tend to stop taking care of their bodies because you're constantly sitting, walking, but not walking for the purpose of health, but just getting somewhere, planning, stressing. And that starts to sit in your body. And that's where I found myself by February. I just had this honest conversation of like, this is not my body, because I've been in the education field now almost 5 years in Arizona, and it sucks. Like, it's one of the most thankless jobs I've ever encountered. Not because you're not doing a good job, it's where I feel like the more you do, the more you have to do, or the more you're criticized for doing, and that could sit on your body. So that's what I mean by first making sure I have to create my workout splits based on where my body's at. So I've seen my workout split get harder and harder and more rigorous since February. Whereas February, the goal was mobility, getting my body to move the way it should move, getting my body to um, agree with the fact that we are not where we need to be. Just getting my body to function just like a body. And I had this horrendous knee pain on my left leg that I had had for years since I started being in education, and kind of ignored it and kept moving, and it was painful. Like I couldn't bend my knees. So I had to like get my body to be mobile again. And that took a lot of work. It took months. And then by July, I felt like, okay, I could slowly um, create a workout split that challenged me mentally, but now started to focus on me retraining to compete or even look like I could be able to compete at a show. So it's a lot of things that you have to factor in whenever you are creating a workout split. I know in the episode that I shared a few seasons ago, I kind of hinted at it and kind of said, oh, do 4 days, 5 days, whatever the case. Actually, there's more to it. There's a workout split you create just because you are a person that's into fitness. So that might be like, oh, maybe you do a 5 day routine where you're just doing lightweight training and more cardio, or you're doing one where you're focused on mobility. So this was my case where I was trying to train my body to move the way that would be beneficial for it in order to progressively get into heavier and harder workout splits. And then you can be a workout split that's 6 days a week. So I falsely do a 6 day workout split, but it's actually five. And the 6 day is more of like, you're kind of like making sure you did everything. It's very light. It's more of like stretch, like cardio. But the 5 days that I do have for my workout split, those are grueling, hard work. They are focused on the wellness category, but I put in a lot of work. There are days when I'm done with a workout, I just feel like, my goodness, what a day. I feel great, but I feel like I definitely worked my butt off. So those are some things to consider. So currently, I don't have knee pains. I don't have any knee injuries or any bodily injuries. So I do put in a lot of work, and I kind of followed those rules of like my workout split. Mondays, I do a lot of like quad heavy, glute heavy exercises. Then Tuesday, I do upper. Then Wednesday, I may do another like glute focus, and Thursday hamstring focus, Friday upper, and then Saturday I might use that to do an overall light workout. But each day I'm doing like a 20-minute cardio. If it's not on the treadmill, it's walking around, just getting my body to function as someone who is a competitor and in natural bodybuilding, and just to build consistency. Now, honestly, every week is different. Some weeks I don't hit it all. I don't hit all the 5 days. Like this past week, I was on my period and I was fatigued. We know how that is. I was like so tired, so fatigued, and I was only able to get 3 good, really hard workout days. But again, that's better than nothing. And coming in next week, that means I'm really hitting those 6 days workout split. So I have found the best advice I can give anyone when creating a workout split. You want to focus on where's your body at now? Where's your mind? And what are you creating the workout split for? So if you're creating it for a competition, your workout split is going to look very different. The intensity is going to look very different. If you're doing it because you're focused on mobility, same thing. If you're in any type of pain, your workout split should not be more than 3 days a week. And it shouldn't be rigorous and it shouldn't be dreadful, because you're trying to go back to that number two, which is your mind. And if your body is in so much pain and you're pushing it so much, your mind is going to give up and then you're back to square one. So those are some things to consider. Now, next podcast episode, I want to talk about when should you change your workout. So if you create a 5 day workout split and you've been going on 1 month, 2 month, you're kind of following the same. When should you change it to something else or switch it up? Um, and that's a good question. And that's a question I want us to dive deeper into our next week's podcast episode. about when should you change up that workout split, like the rotation, what does that look like? So stay tuned for next week's podcast episode. I apologize for looking like I'm MIA, but when you're an educator, I know this is my last year. I know it's my last year because I can't. It's just not worth it anymore, and I'm not doing it again next year. But anyway, please let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about the build. I feel like my build is slowly coming in, which makes me super happy because I was not like this last year. So anyway, share, subscribe, like, comment, anything you can to continue making this podcast grow. And as always, make sure you're taking care of your overall health. And I'll see you next time on that Gym Girl podcast. Bye.